Happy Easter, everybody. Woohoo! Let's go. Hope you guys enjoyed your Easter today. Mr. Poseidon here with all the fishing champs. Good news is still flying in. We'll make a mention of that during the show. That's the Montauk Striper Challenge. Last I looked, there were 5 seats left for 5 bonus boxes. 95 boxes have been sold. Let's go, let's go. So I got my lovely wife here. We went out today. Hey, honey.
Hi.
I can't hear you.
I know. You don't have me on.
Oh, I don't have it. How about now? Try it now.
How about there?
How about now?
No, how about there?
Oh.
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know what you did.
I didn't do anything. Wait, now speak close to it.
Hi, how you doing?
It's now it's working. Now I hear you. Hold on. Now give it a talk again.
Hey, what's up?
Yes. So we had a nice time today, right?
See?
We
Joe
went out.
says we can hear her fine.
Great.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, so basically we went out today. We went out for Easter. We usually go over my mother's house every year, and every year she cooks a big meal. Now, if you guys know traditional women from Europe, it's not just because we're Greek background, but it is a little because of that too. But traditionally, these women, when they get ready for festivities like an Easter or Christmas, and it's dinner, whatever you're coming over for, it's a big prep. And the prep isn't just that same day. You know, every day is separated. You know, one day you're deciding to make all the desserts, from cookies to little cakes to actual sweet cake. I mean, the list keeps going on. Yeah, sweet bread, powdered cookies that I finished already, and she just gave them to us today. And also these butter cookies that my mom's been making since a kid. It's not something like you're gonna eat that's like an Oreo or something chocolate chip that you're buying from the store. It's less of a sweet taste, but that dough, oh my God, it's so good. You have some with your coffee. So she gave it, you know, these things are all getting prepared on separate days. And then the second day will be like the day where she makes spinach pie. When my mom makes spinach pie, she makes it from scratch. Everything is done from scratch. She's making her own dough, and when they put these layers on to get this spinach pie, the thing is that there are many, many layers. There could be 20 layers on each side. It's incredible. So when she cooks it, they make all these kind of bubbly things, and it's just good, right, honey?
So good.
It's so good, yeah. So that could be the day where they prepare 2 pies. And again, from scratch, that takes work. That's an all-day item. So it's basically not cooked that day. It's prepared. It's ready to put in the oven. So what happens is, and on the third day, which is actually the day of the event, then they're going to do all the meats, the potatoes, things like that. So everything is just done, and it's a 3-day workout, and my mom's not doing it anymore. Yeah, she's a lot older, and it's just too much on her. So this year we went out. We've gone out before. My mom is definitely not the kind of person to go out. We went out, and she was complaining to the waiter that the meat that she got was just too tough, and because, you know, she goes to the butcher to get the stuff, and it's the best, and, you know, I don't blame her for that. But so we went out. We had a great time. We were there with my in-laws also. Great time. We all had what did we share? About a bottle worth of wine between me and her father, and my wife had some too. But that's what we did today. We celebrated Easter, togetherness, everybody together. You know, you don't get together with everybody like that all the time.
Oh, look, Bobby Gatz says, I miss my Yaz spinach pie.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Oh.
It's true. We don't know what we're going to do. And, you know, my mom's going to stop
gone.
making that too. And after that, you know, we're going to have my wife's burnt spinach pie. So it's all good, though. It's all good.
We can make it.
Yeah, we can make it. Sure, we can. I tried making it. That lasted one time, 6 hours, and a waste of time. Thing was hard as a rock when we took it out of the oven. It
It's
wasn't.
a little tough.
My mom's is all flaky and good and
Yours was hard, like a rock.
like a rock, honey.
The dough
And I was
like,
so
messed
and I
up.
was so hungry that I ate it. And I was like, this is good. I tried to convince myself.
Yeah.
By the end of the last piece that I had 2 pieces, I felt like I twisted my tooth in the back. I was like, the pie
You have
really
to
isn't
work
so
on it.
good. Got to work on it. So
Yeah, you have to work on it.
anyhow, today, guys, you guys know we're going to have Dave from Fight Lore. It's been a while. Dave has been I don't want to say he's been out of circuit because he really hasn't. He's been doing a little bit of work on the side, selling some plugs here and there. But now he's ready to get back into it full time. So we'll see him in a few minutes. Let's just say hello to some of the people who are on tonight. It is Easter. I don't expect a lot of people on.
Oh, Brian Harding,
Brian.
so kind of you.
Oh,
Thank
my
you
goodness.
so much.
On Easter, right? Brian, thank you for that donation. Guys, we
Thank
will
you,
super chat. That's
Brian.
so nice. We just want you to know that all the money that we get donated here on the show through super chats, every penny is saved and every penny will be used at the Montauk and Jersey Striper Challenge this year. We're going to split it up. Still going to have the same great prizes, if not better, which is truly better. This is the first year we're going to hit $60,000 in cash. I can officially say now we've passed that, but $60,000 in cash
Thank
and
you,
prizes
Joe Albanese.
for Montauk. And that's how I'm able to do it. I'm able to get all these wonderful donations that you guys get, and we give it right back to you. It's not like you've never heard of us. Like, where's Mr. Poseidon after the challenge is over? And you find out me and the wife are in Hawaii or Vegas whipping it up. We haven't gone on an official vacation over 5 years. Our vacations have been my fishing trips. And when I say mine, that means I have a great wife. So I appreciate my wife for doing all that she does here and on the vacations, even though they're fishing vacations. Let's say hello to a few people here right now. So we got Church Wood. How you doing? We'll be seeing you in a few weeks, Church. Wormway, what's going on? How you doing, buddy? Joe Albanese, thank you for that donation, Joe. That's so nice. Joe Albanese is the president to my fishing club, which is the Hudson River Fishermen's Association, and Joe's the president there. Does a great job. We got some great guests. I always invite you guys to come down when we do that once a month thing together. It's lots of fun, raffles, some foods, and always a great guest they got going on. Thank you for everything you do for the club, Joe. You're a good guy. Big Sis Wolf, how you doing? Big Sis Wolf out in Rhode Island. Her brother, Charlie the Wolf of Rhode Island. If you guys don't know, rest in peace, Charlie. That's his sister. She's keeping his legacy going by coming into the show every week and being a good trooper. Thank you so much. One day we have to meet. Maybe this year I'll be down in June. We'll all get together, Bruce Bain and everybody else, and we'll go out for some dinner and laughs and good times and tell the good stories about Charlie. Thank you so much for helping us out. All right, Bobby Gatz, what's up, buddy? Happy Easter all. Kalo Pascha to my Greeks. Yasu Bobby, Dekanis, my brother. Yasu. Antagonizer Laws, how you doing, Tony? Also a donator to this year's challenge, Tony Antagonizer Laws. If you're getting a bonus box, hopefully you'll nab a box that has one of Tony's hot laws in there, baby. Thank you so much, Tony. You are the man. Mr. Mont, happy Easter day, everyone. To you too, my brother. Who else do we got out there haven't said hello to? Tom Hood. Tom Hood, you are the man. What's going on? Brian Harding, thank you again for that donation, Brian. That was so nice. Same thing to Joe. Thank you so much. Rick Hernandez, what's up, buddy? How you doing? I'd like you to come down this week. Fish are hitting up here in the Hudson River. Come on down and get your butts fishing. That's at Piermont Pier. That is a public place. I do not divulge my selected spots. Let's call it like that. You know, but other than that, Main Striper Pursuit. What's going on, buddy? How you doing? Good to see you. There's Delco Joe.
See you from Maine.
Delco Joe, what's up? I've been using your ruler, Joe. I'm waiting to get into that John area, buddy. Let's go. He's got a nice matted ruler. Just lay it down. You don't have to do anything else. Throw the fish on it. Make sure the nose starts at 0 and work your way to that tail. See how far you can get on the mat by Delco Joe. That's the ruler. Let's go, let's go. Who else do we got out there? Tom Hood. How you doing, buddy? Tom Hood. I saw you on that video, Tom. It was on the Whitewater, the magazine.
The On the Water?
Yeah, On the Water. They had a podcast. I saw Tom Hood on there. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Awesome fisherman on the water with his kayak. Got to get out there with you one day, definitely. Bluff Laws, I see him. How you doing, buddy? Dan the man. Dan the man. He is the man. Call out. What's up, buddy? Call him out. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right. So we're going to introduce Dave tonight or what?
Okay.
Let's go, honey. Introduce him.
Here we have Dave on Instagram. He is Fight Lure Co. Handmade lures from West Hampton, New York. Yay. Welcome, Dave.
Welcome, Dave, once again. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
Love that sign, Dave. We can't miss you right there, baby.
I'm trying.
Absolutely, man. How you doing, Dave? How you feeling tonight? How's Easter treating you?
Good, good. Easter was good. Kind of quiet and low with the family, but it was a good day.
Awesome. Awesome. Definitely awesome. I love family. I love when people talk about their family. Your family's happy. You're going to be even happier. Definitely.
Absolutely.
No doubt, Dave. Dave, tell me a little bit about, let's just get right into it, Dave. What happened here, Dave? You were missing, at least a lot of us felt like you were missing in action a little bit. A lot of people were asking me, hey, man, whatever happened to Dave? They're like, no, he's still out there. But you tell us, Dave, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I was still out there, just at a much more reduced level. I guess, it's just, it's a good part of my personality, but it's also my biggest flaw in my personality. I'm kind of all in or all out in everything I do, and I'm getting better with age and with that stuff. But when I was much younger, it was way worse. But now it's, I don't know. I was super deep into it, and I started back up in 2020. Before that, I was making lures as a kid in wood shop, but really started building the gliders in 2020, and produced. I probably have, I don't know, 1,250 to 1,500 frenzies floating around out there. As I've heard lately, some of them are floating out in the ocean because guys lost them and they were hitting me up trying to get more, which is good. I'm getting back into it. But yeah, it's just, with being all in on things, you tend to dedicate all your free time to it. And with a family, with a great wife who runs our own business, and my son Charlie he was 7 at the time, really 6 at the time when I started going full out. And I kind of gave up. I tried to do my best with balance and everything, but I gave up most of my free time to this, and I was happy to do it. It's great. But it takes a toll. It takes on you mentally, physically. I put on a bunch of weight. I was previously always an active guy, and late nights in the garage building plugs doesn't lend itself well to early mornings out running or working out. So
right.
That kind of slowed down, and you see it happens over time. But and then a bunch of kind of random stuff happened where I didn't have a great time. I did shows in the last shows I did were in 24, in March of 24, January and March of 24. And I did a couple of the winter shows, and it was good for me. I sold a bunch of plugs, the people are always great. But I was kind of around a couple guys that were kind of garage sailing junk, and like my immediate surrounding at those shows wasn't great. So that kind of put me off to it a little bit because it's selling handmade plugs and being next to a guy that's yelling 3 for 5 the whole time isn't my crowd, you know. So but people found me and sought me out and were able to buy from me, thankfully. But you know, just kind of that, and a couple negative things happened, and I was just like, you know what, I put on almost 100 pounds of weight doing this.
Wow.
I don't really need this in my life if this is what it's going to turn into, of people either outright blatantly copying my work, copying my posts on Instagram. Like I ran into a guy, sent me a couple of people's pages that weren't trying to be Fight Lorco. They were trying to be their own thing, but basically almost copying my posts word for word, using the same type of shots, making the same type of baits. Like I could tell you two guys, I'm not going to mention them, that outright molded my plugs.
Wow.
And were making exact copies. Now, they didn't swim well. They didn't know how to really do it. They were just trying to, I think, just make some money, which I guess is their prerogative. And I've talked to a bunch of big name builders who reached out to me after that kind of happened and they heard about it. And, you know, that's on one side, it's like, oh, well, imitation is the biggest form of flattery, but being ripped off sucks too. And and I was like, you know what? If this is what it's going to be like, I don't need to be involved, you know? And I just kind of quieted down, and I stopped showing a lot of things about my process. I stopped showing, it was just more lure pictures and catch pictures, which is cool too. And just kind of, I had probably 20 plugs left over from that show, and I made a couple hundred more throughout the year, and we're basically like sending them to my guys who fish the hell out of them, and other guys who reached out that has since lost some, and I just sold them. You know, I kind of wasn't going through the website. I was just doing stuff on the side, and just kind of quieted down. So that's kind of, I've been there but not there, you know.
Yeah. Dave, I was one of those guys that was stealing your designs, man. I'm sorry.
I knew it.
That's all good, but I know
that.
I can only imagine, Dave. I know, you know, in this business of social media, it can get to anybody. Not just because it's me, not because it's just you. It can get to anybody. If you really care about something and somebody's trying to hurt your baby, well, you're going to feel it. I don't care who you are, if you say you're not, or I got, you know, elephant skin, whatever the hell you got. You're feeling it somehow, some way, because that's why I'm even hearing about it in the first place. Other than that, I get it, Dave, and I'm glad you're back. You know, it's always the second time around that you become a little stronger, right? You fall down, you get up, and you say, I'm not doing that again. So
absolutely,
that's it, man. That's a beautiful thing, and I'm glad that you're back. So, Dave, I got to ask you a little bit about fishing also. You've been fishing at all, Dave? You've been getting out a little bit?
Not too much. Just kind of getting back and getting the shop back in order. And I haven't really had much of springs are tough out here anyway, because the water temps are so cold still. And we've had a cold spring on the East End for sure. And the fish aren't pushing up into the back bays, and they're not, you know, a lot of my buddies, the fish aren't where they usually are. So, and I'm like the strike mission guy. I don't have a lot of time. I have an hour or two, you know, and especially with getting back into this, I'm trying to build out, you know, rebuild out the shop. And it's kind of cool though, because like I get a second shot at it with it already started, you know, like I get to I'm rebuilding my whole garage out. I get to rebuild my paint booth. I get to do all the cool stuff that I've thought about since I kind of slowed down. So it's been a good spring. It's been productive so far.
Great, Dave. It's fantastic. On my end over here, just to give everybody a little update, I fished the Hudson River. We're fishing with bloodworms right now. Now I'm also going to switch over. I'm going to start with bunker chunk. There's certain areas that I go to that supposedly there's bigger fish there, and they hit on the bunker chunk. The bunker chunk, always since the days of my early days when I was a kid, I was always taught to use fresh bunker. People don't realize just how important that is, and the most important thing on a bunker is probably the slime itself. Like I said, I started out with bait fishing. I didn't start out with lures. 30 years I bait fished before I went out and I started luring with the help of Bill Wetzel. But anyhow, the slime on these fish is very important. How I like to save the slime, When I say fresh bunker, I'll call up my tackle shop and I'll say the boat comes right into his area, and that's Jack's Bait and Tackle. I like to go shopping to, and I say, when time is the boat coming in? He'll tell me the boat will be there at 6. I'll be there at 5:30, and I'll be the first one online. And as soon as they come off that boat, they go into a plastic bag, and that plastic bag I take and I surround with ice in my cooler. I don't freeze them. They just get iced, and the slime, stays in that bag if it does tend to come off, because like on anything else, any fish, that slime comes off first. So I try to get down there quick. I cut my bunkers usually into 3 pieces unless they're really small. I like using hooks. Ooh, excuse me. A lot of food today. I like using hooks between 10s and 12s, big hooks. Put on that bunker chunk and chuck it out there. I use the area I go to. Sometimes when you're catching these bigger fish, you got to know where you're going, and you have to make sure that you're going to areas that are going to attract bigger fish. Deep water, current, that's where I'm going. Deep water, current, and in those currents, I have to use Spudnik weights. I don't know if you guys know what they are. It sort of looks like a spoof design on the lead, and then there's 4 arms that stick out, and when they hit the concrete or the mud, they pop open so they can get a good grip on that mud under there. Because remember, we're fishing rivers, and pretty much all rivers are mudded banks on the side. So we go and we shoot out these big weights, and you hope for the best. You got to have your gear completely ready, always ready, from your knots to your line to your hooks. Everything's got to be primo, because if it's not, and you do nab that bigger fish, you will lose that bigger fish. You will lose that bigger fish. You got to have everything at primo and ready to go so you can bring that bigger fish in with no problem. Hopefully you get a good hook set on him and you're all set. So let's get back to Dave right now. Big Dave.
See, Brian Harding says,
Yeah.
build some nice glides. Could use a few.
There you go. So I got to ask you, that's what my next question is going to be. So do you have, I know you were mentioning something, it's not really ready yet, but it's slowly working its way there. You want to talk about that a little, Dave?
I'm not going to say what it is just yet,
Right,
but
right.
yeah, I've been, anything I do, it took me a super long time to get the glides dialed in and get the frenzies dialed in. And I don't want to, the worst thing you could do, in my opinion, is put something half-assed out there. So I like my stuff. There it is. Yep. I like my stuff that, it's got to swim. I've fished some stuff that doesn't swim. They look great with some guys' stuff, and even the mass-produced stuff, it doesn't swim well. So I want my stuff to be 100% before it goes out. So that's why I'm kind of teasing it a little bit, but I'm just not going to say, because it's something that some guys are turning their plugs into, but it's not. They don't work super well. So anyway, so I'm not going to get super into it, but it's going to be cool. Put it that way.
Yeah, I can imagine, Dave. The product you made before was also very cool. People liked it. It worked, and your product definitely caught fish. If there's people out there that are listening and you're interested in just going to check out Dave, how can they get in touch with you?
Just Instagram is great right now. I don't have the website back up yet, but it's Fight Lure Co. On Instagram, just all one word, and it'll pop up, and they're all the 3 sizes of the frenzies are there, and they'll of course still be in production. That's my main thing. So and then everything else will be after that. But I'm looking at that secret project, and I'm also gonna try to do some tuna style stick baits that get into the like 210 millimeter range, like 8-9 inch range, and smaller too. But I want to kind of just develop those over the summer and kind of get them out there in testing.
So I got to say, Dave, again, that out of all the people I've ever had on, and not people counting here in the studio, only people from home, I must say right now that you have the best background. I love how you set it all up. He's a little on the side. You could see Fight Law Company, what it's all about. You guys see here on my overhead, there it is. That's the Frenzy model right there. That is the 4.75 inches, and the weight on that is 2.5 ounces.
Yep.
Dave, I don't know what color you would call this. Looks like a greenish to dark on top.
That's the green mackerel. Yeah.
There you
it's
go,
kind of
the
a
green mackerel. There you go. So
That color looks awesome in all the sizes. Like some colors like pop in the bigger size or the smaller size, but I try to like make them so they're good. But when you see that color in the 3.5, my little guy, it looks like a killie or like a back bays bait fish, and they look so good.
good stuff, man. I can't wait to use it myself. This is going to be mine. This one you sent me a while back.
Yep.
And I do have another one somewhere floating around. And I think we gave one away, right, honey, out of the 3?
I think so.
Yeah, one was given away.
Here,
But the other 2 are mine. Go ahead, honey.
Wormway is asking TA clip or
Tie direct.
tie direct.
What would you say to that, one, Dave?
Clips are you could split ring it too right through the front, but clips you can't. I use 1.8 millimeter stainless steel plate, so they're all CNC machined plates on the inside. They're all cut out of stainless plate. So the inside edges of that eyelet, of all the eyelets, the hooks get worn down, but that front eyelet's a little like not sharp, but it's not it wouldn't be friendly to like leader material. So I always use clips, and it gives it a little bit more of a easier swing back and forth.
Gotcha. Yeah, I could see that, and I could see what you're talking about is you could tend, not that it's going to happen, probably it won't, but Dave's given you the up enough that if you do catch that fifth and you tie direct, it's your own goddamn fault. You heard me, man? He just told you what is wrong with it. Don't tie direct.
It won't. It's not going to cut through it like a knife, but you put a bunch of weight and sawing action of the fish fighting. It's going to go through.
Stop lying. My finger's bleeding right now, man. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No fingers.
They come with free band-aids.
Yeah, man. So
main striper pursuits comment. You want to read?
Go ahead, you read it.
Oh, clips, but definitely get the 75 for the swing glide action. If you want something with a big swing, use the clip with a loop knot.
There you go. That's cool. There's the fisherman.
Nice.
There's the fisherman. Loop knotted, baby.
Striper.
That's right. Nice
Rock
job.
308 paper clip with a swivel.
Even better, man.
Yeah.
I used to love using paper clips in school. Put a rubber band in between your fingers, pull it back, and you got to split them. Yeah, I got in big trouble. I got suspended from school because I knocked it into a kid's eye, and this whole big thing happened. No, he's fine. It never went in his eye. It hit him on the side.
Oh, boy.
But I was lucky. If it hit him in the side, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I'd be in juvenile freaking jail still going, I was innocent, I'm telling you.
Oh, my goodness.
We used to stick them into the ceiling at school, shoot them straight up.
Yes, that's it, Dave. Yeah, see, Dave was on the right team, man.
Yeah.
All us fishermen did the same bullshit in school. You know what I mean?
I was never in all the way in the back, but I was like 75% of the way to the back.
I was always in the front because they wanted to see what I was doing next. I was always getting in trouble.
Couldn't get away with it.
I couldn't get away with anything. It's tough. Eddie Bucktails Rivera, I never heard about these metal plates. The outside of the lure is encased in metal plates? Question mark, Dave.
No, it's just, I'll see if I have,
I'll open it up. I'll open this one up. It's mine anyway. I got it. I want to show Eddie exactly. So he can see it up close. Let's put on the overhead, honey.
It's on.
Yeah, I don't have one sitting around. The internal's sitting around.
Yeah. Right there. Oh.
Here we go.
No, you had it before. Okay.
Eddie, check it out. You see it? See that?
Here, I have it right here.
It's
I'll grab it.
rounded. Like, Dave, why did you even bring this up tonight, for Christ's sake?
No.
No, I'm kidding.
Hold on, I got
trying to tell
grabbed
you
one.
that
I'll
the
show you on the
product he
camera right now.
uses it's good product. It's good product. It
Here,
runs through the whole thing.
This is what I mean. I'll put it on the screen. So it was in my laptop's on my work cart. So this is what I mean. So this is the internals for it.
Wait, let me put the camera on there. Hold on.
Can you guys see it?
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, we go.
So that's the internals for it. So it's laser cut out of a sheet of stainless.
Sure,
so it's
sure.
not bent wire. And then I hang the weights on this, and then I put this in the mold and pour the resin around it with other additives to make it buoyant and swim well. So that's how it starts.
That's
so when I
pretty
say
cool.
stainless steel plate, I just mean this is cut out of a stainless steel plate. It's all hand poured resin, super durable, and then it has multiple coats of epoxy on top of it after it's primed and painted.
Right.
And
now the problem now again, Dave, is by next week, half the lure companies are going to switch over to what they just saw.
Yeah, yeah.
There's
Only
no
resin.
bending.
The wood
It's
guys
ready.
can't. I mean, unless you're going to take a wood plug and split it down the middle, which some guys do. It's hard to do that with wood. But I grew up making wood plugs like everybody else. But I just switched over to this just because it's more reliable and you can just get more out. The cool thing that I love is like seeing them out in the world. So I want to get as many of them. This isn't my full-time thing. I have a full-time job, so it's not a money grab. It's just I just want to do cool stuff. So I want them out in the world fishing and catching fish.
Absolutely.
So you can do more of that with the resin. It seems like you could do it with wood too, with duplicator lathes and stuff like that. But the guys like Antagonizer and those other like Big Rock and those boys, like they do such a good job with that stuff that I just don't see any room for another guy in that arena. They do such a nice job with those wood plugs that I can't add anything to that world. So
Yep. And I've got to say also to Big Rock that I saw him just a few weeks ago. We met. He's going to be making a donation to the Jersey Stripe Challenge, a nice collection of his that he puts into a frame that he's done by himself. He's also going to be doing. I am super stoked about that. All you guys are just great. And Dave, I got news for the guys out in Montauk. Dave is also going to be a sponsor for my Striper Montauk Challenge. You can expect to find one of these lures in your boxes. I don't know which one. They're all going to be different. But you're definitely going to be receiving a Fight Lures lure in your box. That's for sure. Yay. There are only 5 more boxes left, guys, just to let you know. 5 more boxes. I saw a little earlier out here, Dan the man, Bluff Lures. Dan's also working hard down there. He's got some great new product coming out. I know, Dan, you said you got something. There was a name, the new name that you got. If you're out there, Dan, tell me that plug name. I forgot. I know you introduced it on Instagram.
The darter style plug coming out, right?
I don't know what it is. It's something, I think it starts with an A.
It looks good, that's for sure.
Yeah, it does look good. So I'd like to say hi to Dan. There it is, the Spartan. That's what he's got going on. What's up? Oh. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, he's got a new plug coming out called the Spartan. Excited to see that one. Dan also works very hard, Bluff Lures, just like you do, Dave.
Yep.
And everybody's got a personal lure that they make best, and your gliders really are up there in that category. I know also you've been put on, what was that magazine?
On the Water?
No, the other one by Zeno.
Oh, Surfcaster?
Yeah, I think it was Surfcaster Journal, correct? You were putting that article or?
Was I? No,
Yeah.
I was put in On the Water a bunch of times.
Okay, so it was On the Water then. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then I was
that.
in a couple local, 27 East, and a couple local guys wrote about the lures.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Eddie
So it's
Bucktails
very cool.
Go ahead, honey.
asking, does Dave find rosin more consistent than wood?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there's no variation. So like once you dial in, I went through when I designed them, I designed that 4.75 model, which is the middle of the line. So it's not the 6-inch 3.5
Right.
that you need. You know, you can fish on the open beach and they all cast a mile. They cast great. They swim great. And it's not the super small one. So it's that middle size. That's the one that'll be in the boxes for the Striper Challenge, the Montauk Challenge rather.
Nice, nice, very
But,
nice.
The resin, once you dial in your resin and micro balloon mix, that gives it the buoyancy so it doesn't sink to the bottom, and your weight placement, it's the same every time. So I'm measuring to the gram on resin. I'm measuring to the gram on the additives. measuring to the gram on the lead. So it's pretty exacting. There's no variance in like wood grain or, oh, there's a knot here, there's a knot there, or you got to avoid that stuff. It's the same every time. So it makes repeatability. You're pouring into a silicone mold, so it makes repeatability really, really dead on.
Nice. Yeah, I can always, you can always, it's a fact what you're saying, because wood is not determined because you're buying a certain slab of wood, that
Yep.
each little couple of ounces you're going to use is going to be the same as the other one. The weight could be more towards the head rather than the tail. So everything I know runs a bunch of tests when you do your lures, Dave. They got to be able to play within that certain distance of each other, all that weight that's being transferred. I know I know people can understand me. Dave's understanding what I'm talking about. But other than that, you find pouring is better. Now, I remember, Dave, you were working on that. Now, when you pour, this is a different ball game. You do have to protect yourself when you're also working with a lathe and wood. You don't want to be inhaling wood inside your lungs. But when you're working with chemicals, Dave, it is a little dangerous. You want to tell us about that part a little bit?
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I needed a break. Like I take that seriously. Like I have exhaust fans running the whole time I'm pouring. I have to another thing with using resin is your humidity. Like if humidity is above 25-30%, you're gonna have air bubbles. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to fill them all. You're just not gonna get the right curing. So I have to, my garage is fully like conditioned space, so I have to watch the humidity and the heat and everything else. But also with that, like I have the exhaust fan pulling, I have fresh air coming in, I have a full like a 3M face mask with organic vapor cartridges in it that I switch out when I'm going full blast. Probably once every couple weeks I switch those out. And even still with that, like that, the fumes and stuff, like they get on your clothes, they get into your skin. I started to have headaches, and I was listening to a couple podcasts of a couple lure builders that had stepped away and now came back. There's a couple floating around out there, and real old school plug building guys from like the early mid 80s to early 90s. And they talked about the same thing. Like you start to develop, like you get headaches every night, and then you just don't feel 100%. And it's like, yeah, that's all the micro exposures to all that stuff. And I wear gloves whenever I'm working. I also, because I don't want to touch them, because then you get fish eyes in the paint and the epoxy doesn't adhere. So half of it's not selfish, but protective for the baits, for the lures. And then it's protective for me too. So I'm so on all that stuff all the time. And then I still had kind of like reactions to it. So I just had to rethink my process. And, it's not like I was a guy that had no PPE protection at all and started to have issues. I had it all and I still had issues. So, some of the guys that like pour soft plastics, like Zinger style soft plastics, like they have to wear fresh air masks that pull air in from outside sometimes. So it gets tricky. You got to be really, really careful, because, we love building and we love doing this stuff, but it's taken a bunch of guys out over the years, and you hear about these guys that just like develop weird things and they're gone, and I don't, that's not worth it. Like that's not worth it to me at all.
Yeah.
So
No
gotta be protected about this stuff.
Yeah, without a doubt. That's a fact. John Francisconi, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. I took a ride down by the river today. Just a ride. I didn't see you down there, so I was wondering.
Joe Albanese has an HRFA Derby update.
That's
and
right.
He says, Mr. P, your striper 33.5 inches still in first place in the Derby. Nice.
I'm going to go this week again, Joe, probably tomorrow right after work, and see what time those bunker are coming in, and I'm going to head down town a little bit and see what's up, see if we can get any bigger fish over there. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. But thanks for that update, Joe.
Delco Joe.
That is a good one.
Delco Joe's allergic to any style 2-part epoxy. He breaks out like poison ivy. Ooh.
Holy smokes. Was it?
Crazy.
Did you just find this out, Joe? I know you were making stuff last year for my challenge. I have a couple of plastics that you made. I wonder. Anyhow, who else we got coming in, honey? Any questions that I miss?
No. John Francisconi. Fishing is life. Life is fishing. I like that.
Beautiful thing, baby. So,
Look.
other than that, Dave, we'll get a little personal. How's the family doing? Your wife? I know you got your son. How old is your son now?
He's 9.5. He'll be 10 in
Nice.
September. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
So, is he a fishing fan? Baseball, football, hockey? Which one has he picked? Or all
His
of them?
main thing is jujitsu, but he loves fishing too. Yeah.
Wow. So he does a little karate. Is that, or is it called jiu-jitsu?
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
Gotcha. So he's doing that. He does his little competitions and everything.
Yeah. We go to a place that's very competition forward. It's a great local place here, but we also have him. He works on the side with one of the guys there and has a coach, and he's just self-defense. Nothing really too concerned with competition per se.
Sure,
but he does
sure.
that. Like we try to get him 3 days a week there, and then he does 2 days a week at Taekwondo too. So
Yeah.
he's into it.
That's what Miyagi used to say. He used to say, what was his name in the show, The Karate Kid?
Mr. Miyagi?
And the other guy, the Karate Kid himself.
I don't know.
And
Danielson, that's it.
your son. Yeah.
Danielson, karate, only defense. That's what I remembered. Karate, only defense. Yeah, he was trying to enforce that to him for sure. So, guys, today we're going to do a little giveaway. What do we got there? It says, I see Heaven and Al outdoors. She came in the room. We missed her.
No.
Oh,
she
no,
didn't. They
that's
were
right.
mentioning
That's
that
right.
her,
Joe Albanese. I do remember
She's
that.
also got an allergic reaction.
Yes, she was making the bucktail with that powdery stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I
it was
remember
terrible.
that.
Her eyes are all.
Oh, with the
affected.
powder coat.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to do, I had planned since it's Easter, right? You can put on the overhead.
Okay.
We're also going to do something else, but this was for Easter, for anybody who's got a kid. You know, even if you don't got a kid, you know you're going to use
Everyone
it.
here is a kid.
But nice little pencil lore for you guys, Superman. This one's made by Swag Tackle. He does all kinds of sports and, Marvel comic book stuff, characters, like with the emblems such as Superman here, which I think is a pretty cool lore. I like that. Thank you so much, Vinny. You are the man. If you want to get in touch with Swag Tackle, you can follow them on Instagram. That's Swag Tackle on Instagram. Very simple. Straight through. Swag Custom Tackle. Check them out. Yeah, Vinny's a good guy. He's a wonderful guy. So anybody who's got a kid, hopefully you'll win that. And we'll do something from Fight Lures.
Yep.
Can you show it, Dave, or do you have anything? Anything?
How many do you want to do?
One, Dave. One is good.
One. We could do this one. It's the 6-inch.
Oh, look at that, guys. 6-inch. What would you call that? The lime green, yellow, what?
Yeah, it's like the kind of like a parrot, also like
There
a
you
Jersey
go.
Killer without the white, but it's the lime back and the
Wow.
chartreuse.
I love how you do your signature on the sides of them. Yeah, I love that.
Yep.
That Flight Lure
Yeah.
company. That's just awesome. Love that.
Thanks.
And I always tell everybody, if you're making lures, make sure it's something legible that I can read, that anybody can read. Because we have so
Yep.
many plugs, some of us, we're whipping them out. And we're like, who made this? Unless it's a Super Strike, you don't know who made it. So
Yeah, for sure.
basically, it's nice to whip that out, especially that 6-inch parrot, colored one. Man, Fight Lure Company, thank you so much. We're going to do
Yeah, of course.
that and that to one winner only because we don't like sending out 40 different packages. And this is Dave's show, so we'll do a little different. Like I said, the Superman, hopefully you got a kid or a nephew or somebody who would really love that, or yourself, man. Whatever you think is fine, you guys do. Anybody want to ask Dave any questions before he goes? Just please put them up. And Danny DeMorales, how you doing? Danny's hurt. He's been out of work now for a couple of weeks.
Oh my God, that's right.
Danny broke his ankle. Yeah. So
Oh,
Danny's on the
man.
sidelines. He's getting himself fixed by resting, watching a lot of TV and eating good food and having his wife do everything because he's hurt. It's great. I had that for a little while. It was great. And then my wife broke
we
her
took
ankle. We were
turns.
both in bed and just watched everything not get washed and stinky for a couple of months, and then we got back into life again.
Oh, God.
But anyhow, man, remember that? We were crawling around, both of us, on our butts, pushing with our hands.
I know.
People
you
were
with your operation, me with my broken ankle. I mean,
it was
sad.
terrible. It was very
So
sad.
sad.
It's very sad. But other than that, we're good. Danny, I'm glad to see you're on tonight, man. I'm still fishing, LOL.
oh, wait, look. So,
all I can do.
Delco Joe
Yeah.
Albanese, does Dave only make gliders? That's the question.
Currently, yes, and then I'll have a couple things coming through. Hopefully, one I'll try to do like a tuna style stick bait that I want to get a good really good swim out of. So I have to do some design work on that, and then make my molds. Yeah, I'll look to do that. I want to do that in a couple different sizes, but I'll probably get one out this year and then probably save the other two for next year. And then a cool little secret project that'll come out at some point this year that I'll start fishing around here and testing, and then it should be really cool. So we'll see.
Sounds good. Dave, I'm so glad that you're back. Looks like full throttle, definitely, especially
Yes, sir.
with the new gear coming out soon. I can't wait for that. Can't wait to see it. Other than that, any last words to anybody out there? Dave, and you could stay on while we do the giveaway.
Yeah, cool. Nope, I'm all good.
Yeah.
Good from here. Yeah, thanks everybody for the support. Actually,
Yeah.
do I have a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. It was funny how I kind of decided the decision was kind of made for me to get back into things. I was kind of, low and slow production. People who purchased from me kind of knew I was around, but I wasn't putting myself too much out there. And then I did a post, and a bunch of people reached out and were like, "Hey, I forgot your name, and I bought from the show, and now I lost it. Do you have any?" And then I put kind of that video out, just kind of saying where I've been, and I got so many DMs from people like, "You got to get. I need gliders. I only fished yours. I don't like I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this." And I'm not even like, this is all real. Trust me, I know how it sounds. But so many people reached out, and it was such a kind of a positive thing that it kind of washed the stink off of all that nasty stuff that went on, and kind of was like, well, why am I not doing this?
Yes.
Like if it fills a need and guys catch fish with it, and if I can help somebody catch big fish with it, why not? So it was kind of the public that got me back into it, which is really cool. So
If anybody-
I'm thankful for that. Thank you for everybody that reached out.
That's 100%, as I was one of the people also asking Dave.
Yes, sir.
And I want to ask you, Dave, if somebody wanted to order anything early, even though they don't know, is there a list that they can get on? I remember last time you had quite a list waiting for your new stuff coming out. Can they get on the list? Again, get in touch with you through Instagram. That's a Fight Lord.
Just shoot me.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, just shoot me a message right through Instagram. So just direct message me, and then we'll talk. I'm gonna come out. I'll be pouring all three sizes of the frenzies, and I'll probably have I want to do a better job of trying to have. I hate the drop thing. I don't do pre-sales. I hate the drop thing. So with that being said, like, you have guys that will do a drop and then pull inventory down and make it look like it's sold out. I hate all that stuff. I hate how that looks. And even if you honestly sold them, it still kind of looks like that. So I don't do that. I've never done that. I think I did a pre-order when I was first out just to gauge how many I had to make,
Yeah.
But so I'm going to do a better job of having stock colors, readily available.
Awesome.
I'm going to do all three sizes, definitely in pearl white, because that's the best seller and most requested. I'm going to do them in a yellow over white. I'm going to do them in a blurple, and I'm going to do them in probably like a Smoky Joe silver with a darker gray back, which is fishes really well. So I'll have those. I'm just trying to answer questions because everybody's like, what colors are you going to have? So and then I'll have like some like cool pearl whites with the blood splatter look roll through as like one-offs. So just shoot me a message on Instagram, Fight Lure Co, all one word, and we'll talk.
That's
and
awesome,
we have
Dave.
A couple of questions.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you. David Matthews is saying he's not a glider guy. How does he recommend fishing it? Slow, fast, big water, little water?
Any of the above. So basically, every single one of my plugs. So they make the three sizes of the Frenzy. The smaller one, so the 3.5 inch, is more of a. It'll still swim. You just got to fish it a little faster, but it's more of like a twitch bait. You just got to put a little action into it. The other two sizes, straight reel, as slow. Some guys crawl them through boulder fields and just like ride the bottom with them. Some guys burn them. These plugs are designed, you can't burn them up out of the water. Some plugs you'll fish, you'll throw them out there like gliders, you'll throw them out there and you start burning it back, and they'll pop out of the water and skip across the top and do all this crazy stuff and get tangled in your leader. These don't do that. These will just dig in and swim faster, and or you can just slow roll them and they have a really great like side to side wobble. I have some swim footage on the Instagram up in the highlights by size, so you can see how they swim. They swim great. So yeah, you will be. I've had a lot of converts and guys that weren't glider guys got my gliders and now they're glider guys, but they only like mine. So just, and I can bring the receipts. I can put those messages up there. This is not me talking. Yeah. I know how it sounds.
No. You don't sound anything, Dave. You do it right, brother.
Very good.
Thank you.
Related, Antagonizer Lures is saying, do all the sizes of the gliders swim the same? Do they vary? One is slow sink, one is top water, etc.
Yeah, they all swim the same. They're a slow sink. You can count them down. They kind of do have a different sink rate depending on the size, but they're all slow sink. I don't build any floaters. And like I said earlier, like the two bigger sizes, the 6-inch and the 4.75, have a really cool, like if you want to fish them slow, they have a really lazy back and forth. You could just straight reel them back to you and you don't have to do anything. The smaller, the 3.5 one, just because it's about surface area. You're a plug builder, so you know all about this, but the surface area on this little guy, this is a 6-inch. This is how wide it is. This guy isn't. So this one's so much smaller that it just doesn't have that much water pushing against it. So it has a tight, and also like when you see smaller bait fish, they have a tighter swim than like a mullet or a bunker just moseying around. So it kind of mimics the bait fish, but you do have to do a little bit more of, like 2 cranks and a little pop or a little twitch, and they fish really, really well with that. So they all have great, like just inherent action without putting a lip on them or doing stuff like that. So
perfect.
That is perfect. Can't, man. You got me going there. I was like, sitting back, enjoying the story, like I was hearing the Three Little Pigs blow down the house wolf kind of thing going on. I was so excited hearing that.
In the Trench Fishing says, definitely going to be adding to the bag. Nice.
There you go. Thanks so much. In the Trench Fishing. That's cool.
And for that middle size, the 4.75, 2.5 ounce is like that's the size I like to fish the most, just because it's a good middle ground. A smaller bait fish are around, and even bigger bait fish are around. It still stands out. It has enough presence in the water to draw bigger fish in. But you could throw it with anything. You don't need a big, huge stick to throw it. So that's the size that I would say start out with if you're not used to fishing gliders, or if you have like medium-sized gear.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Tony also, I want you to know, Antagonizer Lure makes nice lure. 2 years ago on Thanksgiving, I had his plug there for the first time, and I was using those little ones, pretty much match the batch that I like to say. Forget about hatch, match the batch. And I got out there, and I got quite a few fish, man. I didn't take his lure off the whole time. I still have that one in my bag. All I do is I've changed the hooks once on it, get some fresh hooks on there. And I'll have it again for this year in the fall season at Jersey for sure.
Churchwood
Thanks, Tony.
asking, maybe it was mentioned, but what is the weight of the 6-inch?
6 inches, 3.5 ounces.
Gotcha.
Not bad. You could throw that.
All these, they cast like rockets, man. All 3 sizes, into the wind, off the open beach, like that. Or and I think there was a question before about big water, small water, slow water.
Yes.
You can fish them anywhere. They'll swim in current like a darter does. They'll kind of dig. They won't dive, but they'll dig in current. Like I've fished them out here at the inlet, and just in the worst conditions I could to try to get them to mess up, and they hold really, really well. Obviously, the smaller one's not going to hold really well, and it depends. Like I've had a couple guys reach out to me and they're like, this, this size doesn't swim right. And it's like, well, don't throw an ounce and a quarter plug with 100-pound leader material. Like it's you can't do that with anything. Try that with a regular store-bought plug, and that's gonna happen. So and also, like, to all the small plug builders, like, we're all made here, man. Everything in this plug is made here. Everything in this plug comes from the U.S. All the steel is U.S. steel. It's
awesome.
laser cut here in Wisconsin, I think. So, the split rings are made here. VMCs are available here, but I believe some of them are made in France. But good luck finding a hook that's made in the U.S. that has any kind of braking strength. So, unfortunately, you got to go outside for that. But even the split rings, Roscoe split rings, stainless steel. The epoxy's made here, the resin's made here. It's a cool thing. Support small production over the big box stores for sure.
That is awesome, man. Love to hear it. Any other questions? Just
no, that's it.
put them up on the board. I see some new people. Willie J, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Unfiltered fishing, just waiting on the tide. We're waiting right now. We're waiting right now, buddy. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm going to be heading out. Jay Pelletier, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Good to see you. Anybody else I missed? If I missed, I'll get you next time, I promise. I'm just running through it. Will Walker, 401 plugs. What's up? Says, good stuff, Dave. Heard good hints. Keep it going, man.
Delco
Good
Joe.
stuff to you too, man.
Delco Joe asking, I've seen Greenhead use the plate. Was he first or was Fight first?
I don't know. I don't know when he started producing. I knew of him, but when I build stuff, I don't want any kind of I kind of try to keep my eyes closed when I build things, just because I never want if anything looks like anything else, it's a mistake that way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anybody else's designs kind of influencing my design. And we're all building, Greenhead stuff is really cool too. But we're all building a baitfish profile, right? Like, how much different can it be? But with that being said, we all have a different shape. We all have a different width and length and proportions. So I was just trying to keep to myself. So I have no idea who did it first. I know he does it. And I know he makes cool stuff too. So I believe he's in Jersey. So he's like the Jersey resin glide guy. I know there's a couple of wood resin Jersey too.
Gotcha.
Very cool. Like that, Joe. Oh, man. So I guess we can do that giveaway right now, right, hon?
All right, let's do this. Have Dave hang out a little bit.
Yeah, hang out a second, Dave.
Okay.
All right, so guys, this is going to be for put up the overhead, honey. I got it.
Okay.
It's going to be for the Superman plug here. Nice pencil made by Swag Custom Tackle. Handmade wooden lures. You can follow them on Instagram. That's Swag Custom Tackle. Vinny, and you can reach him at 516-903-8227. We'll leave everything at the bottom of this video.
Okay.
You can pick yours up. And also, I got this gorgeous in the middle Frenzy, 4.75 inch, and the weight on this is 2.5 ounce. Feeling it feels real good. You can chuck this out. Like Dave said, a little wind to your back. This is going to take
little wind in your face, man. It'll go.
Oh, yeah, and there you go. I love to hear it. So either way, this guy's going to get out there. I can't wait to use mine. It's going to be lots of fun. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
So those are going to be the two giveaways today. So, guys, if you put up and you tag 3 people and so on, you'll be in it. Let's go, honey. Spin it off. Everybody's waiting.
Drum roll. Da-da-da-da-da. Here we go. And the winner is
What's that? Christian
Zanchenko.
Okay, let's go, Christian. You got the 10-second countdown.
Christian
If you're out
Zanchenko.
there, you win. Christian Kensenko, whatever that is, right?
Zanchenko.
Oh, Christian's
look,
here.
Nice and quick.
That was
how we
quick.
want.
You love the people that don't come on and don't say anything, but when the prize is up, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I'm right here. I love you, Christian. Way to go.
Nice.
Good catch tonight. You got a little guy or a nephew, they'll love that Superman. Hey, you might like using it also, but let's not forget about the Frenzy. This guy's going to nab you some fish for sure. I'd use this at the early evening hours, even that night. This baby will attract some beauties. Let's go. Let's go. Congratulations to you. Thank you to everybody for coming to the show again this week. I'd like to get back to Dave just for a minute. Dave, thank you so much for coming by. I'd like to have you on again. Maybe
Absolutely,
sometime
maybe.
towards the fall season. Go ahead.
Maybe we'll announce that new project if you want. Maybe I'll have it ready by then. So that'd be cool.
That would be great. Just contact me whenever you have it ready or whenever you're ready, and
Yep.
we'll make some room and get you in there. No doubt
Cool.
about it, Dave. Thank you so much. You are
And
the
if
man.
anybody,
Go ahead.
if anybody has like something that they want made or that they can't find or that they think would be a good fit, like reach out to me, like send me a message and we'll see if we can do it.
Nice.
There you go. Dave will work with you guys. Like I said, get in touch with him through Instagram and then maybe a personal phone call, and things can really get good from there. Let's go. Let's go. I'm glad you're back out, Dave. Love the sign behind you, Fight Law Company. Super to see you here. Super to see you getting the new studio there together. Make things easier for you, to make them quicker to get in our hands. Other than that, thank you so much. And whenever you're ready with that new project, please get in touch with me. And definitely we'll get you on here and we'll talk about it even more. Honey, anything else?
That's it. Thank you, everybody, for coming on this Easter
Thank you, guys.
Sunday, and happy Passover also to everyone. And we'll see you next week. Thanks, Dave, for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone,
Thanks,
have
guys.
a great week.
Let's go. Let's go.
Peace out, everybody.
Woo!
Bye, Dave.
Let's go.
See you later.